Hi everybody, welcome to Serenity Cards and Coaching Week 2, where we cover quick and easy card making tips and scrapbooking and more. I'm so excited for today. You can find me at lilameinke.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You can see the links below, and super excited to share top 10 ways to use ephemera. And the first way is try to learn to pronounce it. It's a difficult word. Lots of people have really had a rough time with it, but it's like ephemera. And so we are going to use it today, and I'm super excited. I will go through the 10 as we go along, and then I'll kind of give that to you so you can do a little screenshot of it at the end. But first of all, what am I talking about with ephemera? I'm talking about in our annual catalog, which I love, 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 love. On page 19, we have 4 ephemera packs and some cards and envelopes. And there's flowers. There's something for everything. There's labels, layers, and there's words. Those are the 4 different, and when combined together, super fun. So we're going to make a few cards with those today. And I just opened an order, so I did just get those envelopes. And cards. I haven't played with them yet, and super excited because they're unique patterns that you're not going to see anywhere else, and they match perfectly with the ephemera. So that's what we're using today. And let's start with the easiest card. So this is quick. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to say. In the catalog, there's 3 sections. There's kits, there's quick and easy, and then there's creativity your way. Quick and easy is not like step by step by step like the kits are, but it's also not deep and involved like creativity your way. And in that section, you can find ways to make sketches, and you can find ephemera, and you can just find tips for making quick and easy cards. So this is the first card we're going to make today, and I love this card. I love the simplicity of it, and I can't wait to send it. You're the best part of my day. I love the message, I love the simplicity, and I love the little bit of texture, etc. So I'm following along with a sketch. If you're on my email list, you got a copy of the PDF with all the measurements. And I hope you do get on my email list for reminders. I send out a reminder every Wednesday, class tonight, when we have class. And I've just started adding the class PDFs in it. So the measurements are in the PDF, but this smaller layer is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. This larger layer is 3 1/4 by 4. And then you can use whatever kind of banner and ribbon and embellishments that you want. So we're going to use that. And again, I've documented that a million ways to Sunday, so if you didn't catch it, that's 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. That's 3 1/4 by 4. The inside, I'm using our new basic beige color. And so a little bit of a cross between, I would say, very vanilla and, if you know our old Sahara sand, it's kind of a cross between very vanilla and Sahara sand. And it's a great color. I was a little slow to the opening of it and getting acquainted with it, but now that I'm playing with it, I really like it. So I'm just putting a card on the inside. I'm using Wild Wheat, and this color is growing on me, and it better be, because I not only just restocked with 1 pack, I accidentally restocked with 2 packs. So we're going to be using lots of Wild Wheat in our future. This particular sketch, super simple, Simon, and honestly, you could do it in larger sizes. I've done it in larger sizes where this bottom piece might be 4 by 4 or something. And so you can do different sizes, but I'll just stick with the ones that I've documented, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. There's sketches on page on page 22 of the annual catalog. And I've taken time to put a PDF together that has the measurements for every single one. And this month we're focusing on sketch 1 and 2. If you were here last month, we focused on sketch 1 and 2 also, because I was just kind of getting my feet wet with it. But this is the official launch, and then next month we'll move on to sketches 3 and 4, etc. So I'm just layering these up, and I like to do it so that you can see kind of the different corners. So it's got just a little bit of interest all the way around. And then I got this label from the Unbounded Love. I already tied up my little bow. I've got my little gems. But let me show you where I got the ephemera. So I'm storing, oh, let me move this. I have a few things saved up over here to share with you guys. I'm storing, I've got this large box, and I'm keeping my designer series paper in half of it. So either full packs or kind of in an envelope. I've got little partial packs with my designer series paper. So that's on the left side, super easy to grab. It's in my scrap drawer. And on the right side, I'm storing in our little stamping cases, and I'll pull this guy out, and I'm storing in our little stamping cases the ephemera, and I'll show you that. And then I just now put the extra card packs in that I got. But at one fell swoop, I have that off to my left here, and I can have my ephemera at a moment's notice. I can have my designer series paper at a moment's notice, and my scraps, etc. So this is the, I forgot the name of it. I think it's the little bit of everything ephemera pack, and you get 8 sheets, so 2 that have these patterns, and then 2 that have these patterns. Little doggy, cupcakes, cameras, 2 that have these patterns, and 2 that have these patterns. And so I'm using a coffee cup that I already pulled out of here, and that matches perfectly. But you can see that literally has a little bit of everything. Super high value for $8, super high value. And if you don't get the ephemera that has the labels, you can just make up your own labels with punch or with die cuts, or you know, you can even, honestly, I've used just like a strip of basic white paper and just a little 1/2 inch strip. So we're just going to go ahead, and I already die cut this ahead of time. We're going to use Pebbled Path because that kind of all matches. And I'm featuring today the Latte Love bundle. So this is such a fun suite, if you will. There's stamps, there's dies, and then there's designer series paper that match, and ribbon and gems. But I'm just going to use the "You're the Best Part of My Day" stamp and get that stamped up. And then I'll show you another card with that one coming up in a minute. But got it lined up. Here's my Pebbled Path, and I'm stamping it to the right because I want to be able to put the embellishment. I'm stamping it to the right because I want to put the embellishment on the left. So I'll put these guys off to the side. And super simple, Simon. I just glue this guy.
Can you share with us with what the other side of those DSPs are so that we do the same thing that you do?
I will. Let me slow down in 1 second.
Please, thank you.
Yeah, let me get that glued.
They're all so pretty.
Thank you. And you know what? I really took time to do all the matching and a strategy about the design while I'm looking for those patterns. And look how handy. I just have everything in a little pocket right here.
Can
So
we show you? Is it this?
Hold on, honey. I don't know. I gotta look. I have everything in a little pocket. I can fit large pieces and small pieces in here. So it looks like this was this one, which is kind of hard to tell, but it had.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's that guy.
Thank you.
So this one kind of looked like this, I think.
Yep.
And then this one, which is the one above, looked like that.
Yeah, thank you.
If you're interested in these pockets, I think these are totally Tiffany pockets. I love them. They fit the 6x6, and I'm loving having it all just, it's a great way to put scraps, and I'm loving having it just right at my fingertips. So
is that from Stampin' Storage or no?
Nope, it's totally Tiffany. And if you want, you know what? I'll do a little Facebook Live video about that, just kind of showing that little storage and letting you guys know where I got it. But I think the website is Totally Tiffany.
Okay, thank
So
you.
I'll do a little short tip about, oh my gosh, isn't this a great way to store it? So, and here's where you can get them. Because you know what? I keep my gems in them too. So now let me just, not to derail, but I also use, I have like, I don't know, probably 50 of these, and I keep my gems in them too. In another little pocket. Okay, so I got that there. I'm going to use, and I really like, I kind of looked like, okay, that's wild wheat, that's your basic beige, that's your pebble path. And so those are the colors that I focused on here. I can kind of say, oh yeah, there's, it looks like it fades to a little bit of pebble path in there. And so, and just nice, honestly, these are, for those of us studying the color wheel, these are kind of, I guess, what's the word? I would call them analogous on the color wheel. There's a word for it, but they're kind of right next to each other. They're like greens, then goes to yellows and blues. So they're kind of all in that same family. But yeah, let's go ahead and do a little Stampin' Dimensional. Get our coffee cup posted on here. So I'll be honest with you, this card came together so quickly. We were doing Stamp with Leela last night, or Monday night, and I was making up some cards. And the next one that I'm about to show you took a little more rearranging. But when you see it, you'll see why, because it had a lot more elements. But truly, I think this came together in about 10 minutes. I just pulled out the paper, I took a look at what matched, followed along with the sketch sizes, and then just kind of popped it all right in there. So there is our little card. And then these gems are actually the ones that go with the suite for the coffee cappuccino suite. And I like to just do a triangle where you're kind of focused right here on the sentiment and the element. So I could either put 2 here and 1 up here, but I'm just going to go 1 down here. I'm going to put 2 up above. And that's a really sweet card. I can decorate the inside if I want. I can put a little sentiment, or I can stamp a little coffee cup, or I could take that other cup and put it on the inside. So we are going along with top 10 ways to use ephemera. So what did we do so far? We can pair them with card sketch. We did that. We didn't yet use them on the inside of a card. We made a quick and easy card. And yep, we used them with a die cut. So far, and we've stored them in stamp cases. So far in just this one card, we've followed along with 4 of the top 10 ways. So that's card number 1. And again, if you're on my email list for calendar reminder, you got the PDF for this, and I'm happy to send you the PDF. So that's that guy. That was with sketch 1. I'm going to go on to make another coffee card with sketch 1, and it's a little bit of a variation. So this card is a little more involved, and you might look at it and say, now how is this sketch 1? But let's study it and let's see that it really is. So I've turned it on its side, but then I still have the same elements. I have the 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 underneath. I have the 3 1/4 by 4 above. I'm following along with kind of the, all right, let's have the banner, or I mean, let's have the sentiment, let's have a little bow. So there's some creative license for where you put the things, but I promise you this card was 100% inspired by this sketch. So you just need to kind of move the elements around a little bit, play with it a little bit. And so I am actually going to call these 2 little pieces here ephemera, because they kind of are. They're little die cuts that I made into a little piece of ephemera. They're not, I do have a Facebook challenge running right now, and they're not the official ephemera that are part of the Stampin' Up! Facebook challenge, but if you just take the pure definition of like lowercase e ephemera, it's just little die cuts and little gems and little whatnots, right? So I've got my 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. I've got my 3 1/4 by 4. And then I've already taken time to die cut all these elements, and you may not have noticed, but This, you know, you guys know me. I love height. I love texture. I love dimension. So I die cut the exact same coffee cup and I popped it up right there. So just to give it some dimension and some depth. And so I'm doing that here. I die cut one of these coffee cups. Super easy to do. I could even, and I didn't, I could have even selected a different interior pattern on the coffee if I wanted. I realized that a little bit later, but super cute, all the different little coffee shapes. So I've got this. I'm going to go ahead and get my basic white on the inside. Now I did decorate the inside of the sample card, and I'll show you that. I did take a picture of it and I did document it. To be honest, I don't know that I'm 100% pleased with how it turned out, but I sure had fun with it. It was the first time I played with these stampings, and so I had some fun with it. So I just made a sweet little, I zhuzhed it up with some Wink of Stella, and I kind of put some coffee steams and the little spoon. So I just kind of had some fun with it. So the stamps are super fun, but we'll stick with the outside here. So same thing. I'm just going to basically do it as though I was doing it in the portrait view. And I'll just get everything on here. Again, I had a time a few years ago where I am going to do it this way, where I did a very similar sketch, only I made the two sizes identical and I made them a little bit longer. But oh my gosh, I got so much life out of that. You can tear them. I mean, you can just do all kinds of things. So when you've got a sketch for inspiration, you can absolutely make it your own. And quite honestly, these sizes are not official. These sizes were, another demonstrator came up with the sizes, very generously shared them. Her name is Sharon. And then I was super curious about it. So I said, you know what, I'm going to make them. And then, all right, I'm going to do it this way because I want the coffee cup a certain direction. So as honestly, I made up samples for all of these, and then I just kind of made it my own and came up with some size adjustments on my own that just fit better to my mind's eye. But depending on the paper that you're playing with or what you're doing, you even might want to adjust the sizes as well. So I'm always super generous. This is in an in-person card class the end of this month, actually. We're going to do zinnias and Kona coffee. And when we went to Hawaii, Bob bought me, I was so sick I couldn't go to the coffee farm. So he bought me a pound of Kona coffee, which if you know Kona coffee, that was a very kind gift. And so I'm actually going to share it for in-person guests that come. So we're going to have zinnia and Kona coffee, and we're going to make this card. If you want this card to go, just let me know. I've got it in a little zinnia kit. And I'm always very generous when I give the ribbon, because might have been a little too generous even with my own self, but it's hard with little hands to just get in there and get a good size bow. So I might do something, save that little strip, because this ribbon is on back order right now. I didn't check it today, but I checked it yesterday. It was on back order. I do have a couple rolls of it, but it is, I'm going to run out. And I'm just kind of keeping an eye on when it comes back again. So what am I doing now? I like my ribbon to lay flat. And so I just put a little mini glue dot under it, just to right next to it, to have it lay flat. Look at this thing. I don't even know where I got this. I think I got this in the 90s. This is what paper piercers used to look like, but you know what? It works, and sometimes that's what I have at my fingertips. So I'm just going to snip on the diagonal. I'm going to save that guy. And okay, so this coffee cup, I kind of like it with the handle over there. And so I'm thinking that if I put my sentiment here, I can cover up that handle and you won't even know. So I'm going to put my coffee cup on a little cattywampus. But let's get the sentiment on first, and the sentiment is going to be from the same Latte Love. And let's do hello there, let's catch up. I thought this would be like a really cute card to send to someone that I haven't seen for a while, and maybe I'm just about to get together with them, or it's an invitation to, hey, let's go get some coffee together. And as a matter of fact, one of the sentiments on the inside even says, this one's on me or something. So, but anyway, super fun sentiment. So let me just get this. And it fits perfectly. Does anybody know what die set this is from? I have not used it enough, and I'm starting to use it more now, and I'm really quite smitten with it. Can anybody tell which one it is?
Countryside.
It is Countryside. You knew. If anybody knew, because you have it, I knew you might know. Yeah. Yes, it is. It's Countryside. So when I'm putting this on, I want it to go over the ribbon, so I'm going to use a couple little Stampin' Dimensionals above and little Stampin' Dimensionals below. And you know, we have all different size dimensionals. I was so happy when we did bingo last time, and I gave you guys, like, you needed 3 different, you needed the small dimensionals, the large dimensionals, and the foam strips. And I was so happy to see Jennifer in Oklahoma was so thrilled to learn about mini dimensionals. So that was fun. She ordered them. So, okay. Anyway, we're going to use those, and we're just going to get our sentiment placed right there. Now, a little tip for you, do as I say, not as I do. Last time I made this card, I adhered the cup and before I placed the bow and everything. So I really wanted, like this guy, it was a little bit over, so I had to move the bow over, far over, and then like I adhered that, got the bow adjusted, and I got that. But I know this is gonna fit, so we're in safe territory. I'm just gonna put that right there. And if I wanted to change the image of the picture in the middle, there's so many cute little patterns, so I could do that if I wanted. So I'm just gonna put these on. There's like this little heart, and there's, I don't know if that's like a little snowflake, or I don't know, they're just cute. It's actually really making me want a cup of coffee, but oh my goodness, I'd be up all night. So let me get that on there. I'm turning it so I don't have the 2 cup handles conflict. Now let me show you what I'm going to do with these guys. So I don't know if you've ever done a thing called punch art. This is going to be very similar to punch art, where maybe you've got like a little panda, but you take the panda, and if you just rearrange it differently, you can get a little different configuration. So I'm not going to rearrange the configuration differently, but I am going to build a cup of cappuccino. So or actually espresso, I guess. Cappuccino has milk in it. So I'm taking the Calypso Coral coffee cup, and there's a left and a right, so cute. So I'm taking the Calypso Coral coffee cup, and I'm just cutting off the top part of it carefully, like that. And then I'm going to put it on the espresso one. And for sure, I want to keep, that's what I want. That's the part of it that I want. I want the espresso. But I'm going to cut off the handle because I don't want to see the handle underneath. And I'm going to cut off a little bit of this like bowl because I don't want to see that underneath. I really just want to preserve that part. And then I'm going to adhere the Calypso to it. So I realized in my PDF, I think I wrote Coastal, I think I fixed it, but I think I wrote Coastal Cabana. All the C's, I got a little confused. It's definitely not Coastal Cabana, but Calypso Coral. So I'm going to go ahead and, nope, I glued them. I'm going to go ahead and glue. I'll dimensional them to the paper but I'm gluing them to build my little punch art. Just like this, and like this. You don't need that much glue at all. And there you go. So that's that guy. So who knew that you could take the same sketch and you could go sideways with it? Every month, and I did kick it off last month, I showed a simple version with the sketch stepped up. Now we've got a sideways version. We've got versions with ephemera. We've got scrapbook versions. Like we can do all the things, right? So lots of fun with that. Okay, so now I've built my two little punches, and I just want to have them right, like just like little, hey, let's catch up. It's like two little sisters or girlfriends just kind of visiting each other. So we've got our two little cups, and there we go. And you could do the same thing with the ephemera in the ephemera packs. You could have, there were two coffee cups. You could have, I could have done that same thing on this guy. I could have done one cup there and one cup there. To my mind, the colors, I exactly wanted just this color image here, so I didn't do that here, but you could absolutely play with it. So I'm just going to put these two in the corner, just a nice little touch. Sprinkle on a couple gems, and then this guy's all ready. So let's get those on. These gems are in the Latte suite, and I just got a bunch of new. I'll show you that next. Actually, I just unpacked my my Stampin' Up. So again, I'm doing the triangle. I'm just kind of picking 3 spots so that your eyes stay with the focal image. So I've got it right there, and there we go. There's our sweet little hello, let's catch up. If I wanted to, I could put some little wink of Stella on there like I did there. And there we go, our sweet little card. So let me clean this up and let me show you. I just got the gems, and what I wanted to tell you is some of the gems have like little textures on them more than we've seen before, and little patterns. So you know what, I should take it out of the package. And if you want a share, I can now ship the shares because I've gotten the stuff in. But can you see, like, maybe not so good. There's a little bit of texture on there. I don't think you can see it. Let's try with this one. So some of them are like shiny, some of them are pearl, some of them are flat, but some of them have like patterns built in. I think you might be able to see it better on here. Kind of see how there's some marbling there on the orange, or is it too faint? Oh, you know, maybe on the brown you'll see. So there's some marbling. So it's just different than we've seen before. They're not just plain, like the gems themselves, in addition to the color, have a little bit of texture and have a little bit of personality. So that's kind of fun. But here, you guys, are some of the gems. And oh my gosh, look how bright those colors are. In the, here's all the different metals. In the share, you get half a pack of gems. So here's some iridescent. Maybe you can see on this guy, you can't, but there's like indentation. So there's texture more than I've ever seen before. So here's some of the other colors. I love, love, love these gems. Can't wait to play. And then even on these, you can't tell, but there's like little cappuccino swirls. So super fun. So that's card number 2. And then for card number 3, and let's take a look, by the way, at our ephemera list and see how we're doing with taking a look at all 10. Well, we didn't even use ephemera on that one. So, well, you can make your own ephemera. So I didn't put that, but you can make your own ephemera. So let's move on to this next one here. This is all ephemera, and it's stepped up from quick and easy, right? So where the other one, where this was quick and easy, we just had one element, we popped it on, added it on top of a die cut, embellished it a little bit with a ribbon. This next one is so cute. So precious and so sweet. But you can see there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 5 pieces of ephemera in there. And it takes just kind of like the right arranging and the right adjusting to get it just right. So that's our sweet little card that we're going to make today. This is sketch 2. And sketch 2, now this, you could call it 3 3/4 by 5. You could go a little bit bigger. You could go 4 by 5 1/4. So whatever size you want right there. And then some kind of label in the middle with some ribbon. So I took some license with that, right? So I've got a feature in the middle, and I do have the sentiment going across. And I took some liberty with how I represented the ribbon, right? So again, you can be literal and you can follow this exactly, or you could take it as an inspiration and a starting point. So we took it as an inspiration and a starting point. Now, it was pointed out, and I agree, that this is a monochromatic card, which means it's all kind of in the same color family, just different, I don't know, different variations of the same color, different variations of the same, like darker, lighter. This may not have as much contrast. I'd like it if the frame could pop a little more. So we are going to make a slightly different version, and we're going to compare, and we're going to see which one pops more for us. So we've got that card, and I took a little different piece of paper. This is the Unbounded Love Designer Series paper, and it matches all our in colors, which I love, love, love. This is the one on the back side of it. And we've got Shy Shamrock cardstock, and we've got our basic twine. We've got our resin dots, which are on back order. We've got, I took exactly the same elements. So I've gone into 2 different ephemera packs. I went into the like mix and match to pull those out, and then I went into the words to pull those out. And the question came up, like, here's to you, party time, do those words match together? I think that it does, because it's like a festive card and it definitely says party, right? And then if it's for a birthday or some kind of celebration, you just need to follow through with the theme on the inside. And I've been out studying frames out on the, like, how do you build these arrangements? Some people are super intuitive of like flower arranging and knowing how to put all the elements together. I've got to like kind of study for a while what other people are doing. So I'm starting to do that because I want to do a little more of building like that. I really like that kind of built look. And it's not super intuitive to me. So it's okay. It's okay to go out and study others. It's okay to go out and actually copy others until you exactly get it. It is okay to go to Stamp with Leela and try 10 different configurations and say, what about this? What about this? What about this? Until we all go, that's it. And so however you're going to get there, it's okay to get there. So what I'm going to use, and that's what we did, and I love you guys, and I'm grateful for the honest perspective and just everybody weighing in and saying, not the yellow. Oh, how about this? So super grateful. So what I'm looking for right now, I told you we've got all the different ways to do dimension. So we've got small dimensionals, we've got large dimensionals, and then we've got these foam strips. And we just used them recently with Bingo because we had a spinner card, which was fun as heck. And now we're going to use them here on this teeny tiny frame. And I guess I'll build it here so you can see me building it. And you can adjust the things, right? So I've got these ephemera elements, and you can see like the banner, I didn't use all 5 pieces. I used 3, and then I'm going to save the other 2. Maybe they'll make an appearance somewhere else. You know what? I'll put a couple on the inside this time because one of our top 10 ways is to use ephemera on the inside. So, so I'm just taking some extra little pieces of foam strips that I have that I'd already cut up, and I don't have to have it, it's not a shaker card, so I don't have to have it go all the way around. I will tell you that when I did the first frame initially, I only did the top and bottom, and that was not a great idea because it was a little saggy. So I had to kind of try to go in after the fact and build it up, and that became interesting. So, so I'm just going ahead and getting this built just right now. So that's that guy. And then our bird is going to go on a Stampin' Dimensional. Well, let me do it right. Sorry. let me take it a step at a time. So we got the frame ready, and we got these other pieces ready, and then we'll build it. I got the inside glued, and now we're going to make a decision. Do we want to use, so 3 different sizes. This is 4 by 5 1/4. This is 3 3/4 by 5. And this was 1/2 inch in from that, so 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So do we want to use the smaller one or the larger one? Any votes?
I like the smaller one.
Any other votes? I like the smaller one too.
I like the smaller one too.
Okay, well, we're going to try the smaller one then. And we're going to try this paper. So we're going to use the same elements, similar ingredients, and I think we're going to get really a different look and feel. So we'll see which one we like. And that is, I like the playing around. Like I like the, let's just have it all out and let's say, oh, I don't know if I should use this paper or this paper. Well, you know what? Do both. I don't know if I should do this size or that size. Well, you know what? Do both. So, all right, I've got that centered. And now before I adhere anything else, I'm going to build it. So I'm going to put that there and see that I like the placement. I'm going to snip off right here so that I've got my 3, and I'm just going to place it right now before I glue it. I'm just kind of playing around. So I'm going to put that there, and now I've got these 2 and I can put them on the inside, so that'll just be something super cute. And then I am going to put a dimensional on the back of him. I did when I did it originally, I didn't have a dimension, so I was just going in and bolstering this thing with dimensionals after the fact and just stuffing height into it all the way around. But so I'm going to go ahead, and somebody said it kind of looks like, oh, the bird looks like he's in a little frame, if you will, or in a little cage. So we're going to kind of go with that moral of the story, or that kind of storyline, I guess. So we're going to lay that there, and then we're going to lay across the here's to you. And so I'm fine sticking with success. I really like how this looks, so I'm fine sticking with success. I could play around with it more. I mean, the only thing I didn't love was maybe that was too busy of a background. So now I'm fine with this layout. So let me just start getting the pieces laid out then. So we'll go ahead and do that. Any thoughts or input from anybody before I keep going? As I do this, like, are other things coming up for your mind's eye? Nope. Not that you're going to share. Okay. All right. So I got it. And so it's pretty thin and it could lose its shape. So I'm kind of just shaking it out so that it's got a solid shape. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to put it right under me because I really want to make sure that it's centered and it's good. And I can't do that so well from far away. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now and only now am I pressing more firmly once I like where it's placed. Then I'm going to put my bird in, and I just have a dimensional right there. On the other guy, I kind of glued him to the frame, but I don't think I need to do that. I want his little feet kind of on the inside so he's grounded. So I'm going to have him in there. It's like inside poking out. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then I will put some glue on the 2 little edges. So if you're wanting to like copy exactly, you can copy this exactly because I gave you exactly the ingredients. And if you're wanting to play around with it, you can get it, and then on your own, play around with it. We're gonna play with these at the retreat. We're gonna use some ephemera, and what was super fun when we were doing this at Stamp with Leela Monday night, what was super fun was showing it to each other, showing it to you guys as we were going through it, and like, how about if you did this, or getting different ideas. And I'm picturing that can absolutely happen if a bunch of people are sitting around just like, oh, you know what, I have an extra bird, do you want a bird, and just kind of sharing stuff. So I'm thinking this can be fun alone, and it can be fun with others. So I just I'm super excited about this ephemera. So here we go, and the here's to you. I'm fine if it's not 100% showing exactly every part of every letter, because you still get the same message. And then I'll just put my little party time right here. I'll get my little gems on and my little bows. I could put white twine up there. I could put black twine up there. I could put Shy Shamrock ribbon, but I'm just going to stick with the white twine. And sometimes I like to bring this guy out just to remind you guys that there's a great way to make bows with this bow maker. I actually ordered a few extra ones to have on hand, and so you just go, so I've got those available if you want them, just let me know. You go over, and you go, and there's a sheet of instructions that are super, super helpful. And so you just, like, the first 10 times you go through it, and you might need to like practice it, but then after a while it's just kind of like breathing. So all right, so that's little bow number 1, and I'm gonna put him on my mini glue dot so I know I have a little bit of glue on my finger. I'm gonna put him on my mini glue dot so that I've got him right there. And then I'm going to do one more. Gosh, I'm getting glue dots. All right, we'll do one more. And I often do this. I don't cut the other side of the roll until I'm done with the ribbon. I often do that so that I, can minimize wastage as much as possible. Go ahead and tie that a little snug as a bug in a rug. I need some more basic white. Love our twine. We've got all the colors. I haven't looked yet to see if it matches basic beige, but I'm sure it's gonna, there's a vanilla in there that I'm sure is gonna look pretty good with basic beige. So I'll go ahead and put that on there. And we'll get our take your pick tool. I'm super curious to hear which one we like better and why. I'm gonna put that in the little corner, and I'm going to put that in the little corner, and I'm going to put my little dots. And luckily you get 2 of each of these in each pack, but I'll be honest with you, I just ordered another couple packs for myself because I love the convenience, and I love that they're right here. So I'm gonna add, I don't know, this way I'm doing the triangle different, and then I'm gonna put this little guy on the inside just like that, and I might put another little bow in there, and then that'll take care of another top 10 ways, which is you can use them on the inside. We did talk about, can you use them on the envelopes? I think not to use them on the envelopes. I don't put, I decorate the envelope with DSP, like glued to the lid, but I don't use ephemera or die cuts on the outside of envelopes. So I think I'm going to add another little bow in there, but here you go, guys. So now let's vote. Which one do you guys like better?
I like the one you
one
just
just made.
did.
This one? I hear 2 votes for this guy.
I like both of them. I do like the one on the right, but I like both of them.
I like both
Yay.
of them.
Yay. So
Both.
sweet. Yeah?
Yep, both of them look great.
Aw, very sweet. All right. Well, there you go. There you go, guys. You can get a similar but different look with just mixing it up just a little bit. So there we go. That is our card number 3, and that was sketch 1 and sketch 2. Let's go check our ephemera checklist here. You guys, I'm using my new photo camera for everything. I love my new photo camera. I'm printing lots of stuff. Okay, we paired them with card sketches. We used them on the inside. We made quick and easy. Mini book will have to come later. Use them in a scrapbook. I think I showed you last time, but here, like, these are my senior ladies. I'm going again next week, and we're gonna do zinnias. But here's my senior ladies, and this one I used sketch number 2. So I took, I don't know if you see it, but I see it. I took the frame. I have a piece of DSP right there. I've got a center tag. I've got a little bow. I used the ephemera in here, if you can see that. And I've got it on a frame, and it's going to be hanging in my classroom. So, so easy to use, easy peasy to use with a scrapbook. And by the way, we were talking about color, right? So, so we were saying, well, gosh, what color are the pieces of ephemera? Here's a case where I have mixed a Flirty Flamingo twine. I'm sure this is Pretty in Pink Designer Series paper. This flower looks like it's a mix of each, so I could have used Pretty in Pink, or I could use Calypso Coral, I think. And then here, even that is like, now we're getting into lighter, lighter, lighter. So the pinks in the ephemera pack itself are like all different shades. And so it does, on the back of the pack, it does tell you what colors. And so that's fantastic. And you can even have a little bit of latitude with where you go, because there's kind of variation in all the shades. So use them in a scrapbook, use them in a mini book. Participate in a swap. So maybe maybe that's a theme of a next swap that we have with Serenity Sisters. Maybe we'll do an ephemera swap. You can join in on Facebook challenges. So I have a Facebook challenge that started this week. And if you use the Stampin' Up! Ephemera on your card and post a picture, you will be entered to win a prize. And it's going to be a super fun prize this month. You can use them with die cuts, which we did. You can store them in stamp cases, and you can pair them with card packs and memories and more. So let's just take a second. I just got them. So if you want, we can take a look at some of the companion products. I think I will open. So see here on the back, it's got the colors listed, and here's the 4 different ones. So I think I'll open this guy so that we can see. Now I'll tell you, when I first saw, I'm going to be honest, I try to pay attention to price and pay attention to value. And at first I thought, oh my gosh, whatever the price is for these 5 cards, there wasn't a lot of, you get 5 cards. But then when I started seeing some of the design with them, and I started seeing other people play with them, and the paper and the envelopes, like, you can't get these distinct patterns anywhere else. And so if one really wanted to be value conscious, one could cut this into 2 different halves and mount it to a piece of colored cardstock. You can even die cut and cut little pieces on it and just really stretch your miles here. But here's the 4 different patterns. Oh my gosh, I can see some of the flowers fitting really well on here. There's a super pretty blue flower I can see fitting really well on here. I love bright, happy colors, so I just see all these different patterns fitting really well with these. So at first I was like, I don't know, but now that I've seen the paper pattern itself and I've seen the colors, I really quite like them. And then I'll just open this last one, and then I'll open it up to you guys for any questions or thoughts. And then I'll show you a sneak peek of what we're going to cover next time. So this week we cover Quick and Easy, which matches kind of the chapter in the catalog. next week, we're going to do Creativity Your Way. So that's going to be more advanced. That's going to be a fun fold or a special technique or something. And so I'll give you a sneak peek as to what's ahead next week, next Wednesday at 4 p.m. free Zoom. But first, let's admire these. So this is another card pack. Again, I can see so many things matching with this. And here's your matching envelopes. So lovely, lovely, lovely. So very good. So let's take a little sneaky peek at what's happening next time. What I like to do, I participate in a swap with leaders for WOW swaps. And what I like to do is then take that same card after I've made it 20 or 25 times and come here and show you guys, because by then I've worked out all the kinks of how complicated it is to make. But I'm going to use, so for context, this is a regular card base. That's our basic beige. I got these pocket dies, and I haven't, all I'm teasing you is next week we're going to have a pocket card. I don't have any of it designed yet, but I did get a quick, I mean, I just got my box, but I did get a quick minute to roll these out to see what size they are. So just for perspective, this is the size of the pocket die. And so you've got this pocket or this pocket or this pocket. And I love pockets. I love dimension. I love folds. I love all the things. So I kind of have an idea in mind, but you're going to have to wait till next week till you can see it. So those are the pocket folds. Final news, ephemera, if you spend $50 or more with me this month, you get one of those ephemera packs for free for me to let you know how grateful I am for you. So I'm going to go ahead. Are there any, before I pause and we have a little chit chat as a community, are there any comments or questions about everything I've just shown today?
And do frames and flowers work for ephemera or no?
Do frames and flowers. So for this challenge, oh, you're asking about the designer series paper. Okay. The answer is yes. I did not order
it. I didn't order any ephemera.
Yeah, you know what? I did not document it because I don't want to confuse anybody, but let's take a moment and show what we're talking about. I thought, well, and Valerie asked that last night too, because I think she ordered this and she didn't order the ephemera. Or Monday.
It looks really cool.
So yeah, this is page 29 of the catalog. I can go get it if you guys want to. Well, I guess I should end the recording part. Let me finish this sentence and then I'll go get it and we can take a look at it together. But to anybody who's listening, if you want to participate in the Facebook challenge, I didn't document it, but if you got this DSP pack, Designer Series Paper Pack, on page 29 for $10, you get 6 sheets of Designer Series paper. This is one sheet, it's two-sided. This is one sheet, it's two-sided. This is one sheet, it's two-sided, and it's Designer Series paper. That's 3. Then 4, 5, 6, these are the frames and the flowers. And so these absolutely count as ephemera. Right. They would count as Stampin' Up! Ephemera in my Facebook challenge. I just didn't want to confuse people and put a whole lot of pointers to a whole lot of products out there, but these would absolutely count. So that's a yes. And then, and I can't wait to see what you guys make with it. And then are there any other questions?
We followed along. Do you want to see?
We do. Let me take the spotlight off me. Thank you, Doris. I thought that a while ago and then I forgot to ask. Let's see a spotlight. Oh, you both did. Oh,
we did them different.
Very pretty.
Oh yeah. My gosh. One going up, right? And one going sideways. Yeah. Oh, you guys. That makes my heart so happy. I love that.
Good. Good. Happy, yeah, it's a great sketch. Thank you.
Yay. Well, and I'm going to, from here on out, if you're on my calendar invite, which is different than the big email kind of marketing-y, if you're on my calendar invite, because I know you're coming, I'm going to send you the PDF ahead of time so you can follow along. So I've already started the PDF and the cards for next month. We're going to do sketches.
We like to follow along, so thank you.
I see that. That makes me happy. Any other questions, or I'll stop recording and I'll go get that pack so you guys can see it.
Well, you were talking about.
Go ahead.
You were talking about cutting up the cardstock and the envelopes. I just did that and I figured I have like 20 cards I can make out of this.
Woo! Good
Oh
job.
my gosh, that's of those same cards?
Yeah,
Oh, that makes me happy. Oh, I
the
can't wait to
ephem
see.
the ephemera cardstock and
Yeah.
yeah.
Which
Good.
pack did you get? Did you get the bright one or the more natural?
Um,
Green or
the one with the blue, the green, the yellow, and the pink. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got this
okay.
guy. You got this
Yeah,
guy.
I cut up the
You're gonna get
envelopes too. So
Wow.
Wow.
you cut up the envelopes too?
yeah, so I figured I got 20 cards here I can make.
Very
Oh
nice.
my gosh.
Because I love the white, the pattern.
I'm
It's
nodding
pretty.
my head. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this blue one, there's one flower I have in mind that I think it's gonna look so good with. This blue one, I think, is gonna look so good with. There's a blue flower. Yeah, I think
Oh
that.
yeah, that's
think
Yeah.
pretty.
I think those are gonna look so good together somehow.
Yep.
So yeah. Oh, awesome. Very fun. Well, we had so much fun with it at bingo the other day, and I did. You know what, you guys? I gave like one for you, one for me. So I gave the exact same configuration of designer series paper, ephemera, etc. to you, and then I challenged my own self to make cards. So as the months go along, I'll reveal those. I was gonna reveal them today, but they match future sketches. So as the months go along, I'll reveal those. But yeah, and I can't wait to see what you guys post into the Facebook group. I can't wait. I can't wait. So anything else before I stop the recording? Awesome. Well, I'm going to stop. I'm going to go get that pack and I'll be right back. You guys visit.